Well, hello again. I'm coming to you from British Columbia. My wife and I, Debbie, came up to this remote island, a nice resort. It's on the Inside Passage, just south of Alaska. So we've been spending the last several days salmon fishing, having a great time. As you can tell, the weather is kind of socked in right here. We're waiting for a float plane to come take us back to Seattle so we can fly home tomorrow. So hopefully he'll make it in here. The weather's pretty socked in, as you can see. What I wanted to talk to you about today is, well, just one thing is the importance of doing things like this. You know, dentistry is very hard, very stressful, as you know, and we really need time to get away and to just reflect on our practices and refocus and re-energize. And I really like doing things like this. It really helps me to get recharged, to come back and just do things anew, and also get to re-strategize and think about my practice and what I want to do differently and how I want to change things and get out of the day-to-day issues and problems and things like that, and just look at the practice from a distance and just come up with some fresh new ideas. But one of the things I want to talk to you about today is marketing. What kinds of marketing can we do in our practices that give us a huge return? You know, a lot of times we look at marketing as an expense. You know, we say you should spend 3 to 6% of your P&L on marketing. But really, when you look at it, marketing is not an expense. It should be a return on investment, right? Because it brings in new patients, which brings in income, and those patients in turn refer other new patients. And so it's a return on investment that goes on and on and on. So when you look at it from that perspective, marketing is not an expense, but it is an investment. If it's the right kind of marketing, right? You got to have a good return. It's got to bring in new patients. It's got to be effective, or it is an expense, or it's just a waste of money. But how much should you spend on marketing? Well, really that answer depends on what you're trying to accomplish. You know, I just started a new practice in March the 17th. Our second full month, we did $143,000. That's pretty unheard of for a startup practice. How did we do that? Well, a lot of that was from marketing. Now you got to have the systems in place to be able to handle the influx of new patients, but we saw 163 new patients that month. This is the end of July. And for July, we saw over 170 new patients and produced over $200,000. This is all with a startup practice. So if for every dollar that you spent on marketing, if you knew that you were going to get a $5 return, how much money would you spend on marketing? If you knew for every dollar that you spent that you were going to get $10 in return on that $1 investment, how much money would you spend on marketing? Well, let's see, you would spend whatever you could get your hands on, right? So the question comes down to effective marketing. Do you have marketing that gives you a consistent return on investment? How can you make that marketing more effective? What kinds can you do? Direct mail, internet, web-based marketing. There's a lot of different techniques that I've developed that will give you a huge return on investment on your marketing. I encourage you to come to Orlando October 22 and 23. I'll be giving you some of the secrets that I've developed on marketing. How do you do what I did? How do you get a scratch practice from zero to $143,000 in the second month? I'll show you how I did that through marketing. I'll show you how you can have effective marketing pieces that bring you a consistent, predictable return on investment. So when I spend $1 on marketing, I know what kind of return that I'm going to get. And so it's not a gamble. It's not guesswork. It's something that's consistent. So I encourage you to come October 22 and 23. I'm going to be talking about marketing. I'm going to be talking about a whole lot of other things and giving you some things that will take your practice to the next level, and where you can make the income that you deserve, guys, because you need to do that. So until next time, take care from British Columbia.